Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Yuru Camp Episode 3. So last episode, we saw that, let me see, I got their names written down this week because I knew I wouldn't remember. We saw that Rin and Nadeshiko both going to the same school, which should have been something that was going to be obvious to happen. Let's see. Nadeshiko ends up joining a club. I think it's the Outdoors Club, is what it's called. They're in basically... It's basically an old, like, storage closet, almost. It's really thin and long, and it has, like, bookshelves, but that takes up, like, half of the size of the room. So there's very little space for them to, hang around. Which I said is fine, because most of their activities are spent outdoors anyway. But if they get more members and they end up meeting in the room, it's going to be kind of a problem. Anyway, she meets, I believe it's Ina and Chiaki. They were the only two members of the club. I cannot remember. I think it was Chiaki who was kind of against her actually joining because of the reason I gave. There being less room in the club room for them to hang around. But Ina basically told her, maybe if we get more members, we could talk to the school and they can get us a bigger room. That changed her mind, so she allowed her to join. They showed her a couple of books, and then they went out and tried to set up a tent. It was a cheap tent that they had bought off of some website. And they were having some issues getting it together. One of the frame pieces ended up snapping. Now they're doing this out in a courtyard area, but it's still really close to the school. It's right outside of some classrooms. And Rin and her friend, I think it's pronounced Aoi. I think they're in the library. I think they work in the library. But they're watching them. And Rin realizes that one of the girls out there is the one she met when she was camping the other night. But she doesn't want to actually go and say anything to him because she doesn't want to be bothered, because she's going to want to she's going to want to try to come with her on her next trip, and she likes to go alone. And just, relax, sit down, watch, or well, not really watch, but look at Mount Fuji, because she camps around Mount Fuji. She was going... Anyway, I was going to say something about an event that happened later in the episode, but anyway. She tells her friend, that what they really have to do to fix the piece that they broke. And they always telling her, well, why don't you go over and, help them out? I'm sure they'd appreciate it. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. But you can go over there and do that if you want. So she does. Goes over, shows them, or tells them what to do. They fix it, and then they get the tent put together. And then that's when they, they're thanking her, and they bring up how she knew to fix it. And she's like, well, actually, my friend told me how to do it, and points over at her. And that's when Nadeshiko realizes who it is, gets all excited, and starts running towards her and goes face first into a window. A little too excited. And she's talking to her and telling her, that she joined the outdoors club and that she should join too. And that got a look of disgust. Like, how dare you ask me that? No. More like, I would rather, I'd rather die than do that. She felt bad about it later, when she was camping, she was thinking about it and was like, I probably shouldn't have done that. That was probably really rude. So she's hanging around her campsite. She was going to bring some groceries with her to actually cook this time, but didn't work out that way, and she ended up eating just the ramen again. But she's talking to her friend on the phone, telling her where she is, and her friend decides to send Nadeshiko a message saying where she's at, and then maybe she should go keep her company. I'm assuming that's what she said. Because not long after, Nadeshiko shows up to the campsite with some groceries, telling her how they can cook. And when she asks how she knew she was there, she says, "Oh, well, he always told me that you were out here." And it ends around that point, so they don't really do anything yet. I'm assuming it's going to pick up in this episode where it left off, and we'll see them spend some time together at this campsite. Maybe open up Rin to invite the others at one time in the future. I don't know. But anyway, the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. Move one of these sodas over. I only need one. Alright. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.